welcome back to my channel. I am here with a very seasonal video, you guys. The Labor Day just happened, summer just barely ended, and I thought about it. Where I live on the East Coast. We have like the typical seasonal changes. You know, I know some of you don't really live in areas where there are seasonal changes, noticeable ones anyway. On the East Coast where I live anyway, the weather hasn't quite changed to fall weather quite yet, but it's cooling. We're not seeing as many hot and humid days anymore, not the beating down sun, hot, burning hot days, but we do get a little bit warmer days. It's cooling down a little bit, but there again, not quite fall weather yet, not quite sweater weather yet. So we're not there yet to wear my fall favorites. Boy, do I have some amazing fall favorites to wear this time, but we're not there quite yet. So I wanted to talk about those fragrances that are perfect for that transitional period going from end of summer to beginning of fall right now. This weather right now where it's not so hot, but it's also not cold. It's not quite, you know, fall weather, leaves aren't changing quite yet. Summer is not quite ready to completely be gone. So I thought, why not talk about the fragrances that are perfect for this transitional period going from end of summer to beginning of fall. There are some fragrances that are perfect for this kind of weather right now, this seasonal change that's happening right now. So if you guys want to see what they are, just keep watching. So you guys, I found that there are fragrances that are not quite light enough for summertime, but also not quite thick and dense enough for fall. They fall kind of right in between. I have so many of those kind of fragrances that can actually go either way. You can wear them in summer or you can wear them in the beginning of fall, like sort of, right? It just kind of falls in the middle. And these are also the fragrances I've noticed that you can actually wear on summer nights. These transitional ones that you can wear going from summer to fall work really, really well for summer nights, because really if you think about it, summertime you get like cooler, you know, air at nighttime. It's not, you know, again, you know, sweater weather. You can go out wearing whatever, like open top or whatever. It's kind of like that. So these are also the fragrances that I tend to reach for in the summer, even during nighttime when it's a little bit cooler. When you pick fragrances for this transitional period, think about what you might wear on summer nights, but then some of them are actually not great for night. There's a mix here. I've also noticed that, you know, a little bit heady white florals that are quite strong, white and yellow florals that are really strong and a little bit more strong in projection that you can't quite wear on hot summer days, that you usually tend to wear at nighttime, maybe on summer days, or because of that fact that they're pretty strong, that you tend to wear it during this transitional period. Those heady sort of strong white florals really work for this transitional period as well, I've noticed. And also those fragrances that have a bit of a gourmand twist that isn't quite thick enough or, you know, dense enough to wear in the fall time, fall in this category as well. So first I have two fragrances from Killian. This is Kilian Love Don't Be Shy and Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. I find these two to be a little bit too strong, and they're slightly gourmand too, because they have, as you guys know, marshmallow in here. There's sugar in this one, straight up sugar, and they also have vanilla, so they tend to have that slight bit of gourmand twist, but there are also not the kind of gourmand notes that are too thick or too dense, right? Like they're not praline, for example. I find that they work well on summer nights or in this transitional period, because they are not light enough. Like, they're not super light fragrances that are perfect for hot summer days. You know what I mean? They are a little bit stronger, you know, than a summertime fragrance that tend to be citrusy, you know, a little musky, maybe very light kind of fragrances that we wear in the summertime. These two also work really well in the very beginning of spring too, like right before the weather warms up. These are, as you know, orange blossom, honeysuckle, marshmallow type notes in here. This one has straight up sugar. This one is a little bit different. This one has a heightened rose note that is so amazing. Makes this one a little bit more sophisticated than the original, if you ask me. I've actually done a comparison video. I will link it up here and down in the description box. Yeah, these two are perfect for right now. Another Kilian that I find perfect for this transitional time going from summer to fall is Kilian Rolling in Love, you guys. Again, this one is not too light, also not dense. It's got a bit of a gourmand hint from that almond. Obviously, there's vanilla in here, but then it's not thick enough. It's not dark enough. It's not, you know, dense enough for fall quite. This has almond and muskmellow in the opening. This has, like, you know, tuberose, I believe, in the base. There's iris, like, I think in the middle. There's freezer. This has vanilla and tonka bean, and there's a little bit of musk in this fragrance. The tonka bean isn't too overwhelming, making it, you know, dark vanilla at all. It's like, it's got the perfect amount of sort of slight gourmand hint that is perfect for this transitional period. This is not one that would perform great in the heat. It's also not one for colder weather either. So it's like perfect for days like this where it's not neither hot nor cold. You know, it's slightly cool. That's the kind of weather that this is perfect for. Also, this can be a summer nights fragrance. This is Kilian Rolling in Love. Then I have a fragrance from M.Micallef, you guys. This is M.Micallef Watch. Now, this is also a white yellow floral fragrance, but this one, as you can tell from the juice, this one is not your typical light, airy, summertime kind of white yellow floral. This is the kind of fragrance you would wear at nighttime, maybe during the summertime, but this is also perfect right now in this transitional period where it's not quite fall yet, it's not exactly summer yet either. The weather is deciding what to be, you know, right now. So this is perfect. This is a beautiful white yellow floral fragrance. I adore this. This has ylang ylang. There's tuberose, jasmine, neroli, that kind of floral fragrance. This has like a juicy plum note. There's a huge dose of vanilla in the base that makes this really quite sweet in a very beautiful way. I adore this fragrance. I mean, M.Micallef, their fragrances are top notch, you guys. So this is perfect right now, going from summer to fall, but not quite fall yet. This is not quite a fall fragrance because it is a white yellow floral fragrance, you know, with a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of fruitiness, but it's not your gourmand or your more dense type of fragrance. This has great projection and sillage, don't get me wrong. Again, transitional period when the weather is a little, you know, slightly cooler, this does perform well because it is a fragrance with good projection and sillage. I find it to be perfect for this transitional period. You can wear this summer nights as well. That's when I wear it most, summer nights or in this transitional period. M.Micallef Watch. Next I have a fragrance from Xerjoff, you guys. This is Dolce Amalfi by Xerjoff. And I find this to be perfect for this transitional period. This to me is not quite a summertime fragrance. It's not dense though, however. Also not too light. It's like a very much an in-between fragrance, and this would be a great fragrance for like summer nights too, if you ask me. This is kind of a warm, spicy amber, vanilla, kind of fruity, a little bit sweet, powdery, balsamic kind of fragrance, and there's a slight bit of freshness to it. Again, that slight bit of freshness kind of keeps it from being a dense fragrance, you know, and also it's not fresh enough for the summer daytime wear at all. There are a couple of warm spices in this fragrance, maybe more. It's very warm spicy too, and that's another reason why this is not exactly appropriate for summertime. But also this is sort of fresh and a little bit fruity in a way that it's not quite for the fall time either, so it falls right in the middle. So this has clove and I believe cardamom in the opening, clove in the middle maybe. There's quince, I know, in the opening, so it's got that fruity touch. And then this has a couple of thicker notes. There's tolu balsam, making it balsamic. There's incense, you know, it gives it like that sort of, you know what incense does. It gives it a not quite smoky, but this doesn't smell smoky, by the way, although there's incense in it. It adds that interesting layer to this fragrance. And in the base, you get that, you know, massive dose of vanilla with the tonka bean, which again, kind of makes it not quite a summertime fragrance, but it's not dense enough, doesn't have enough dense notes to make it a fall time fragrance either. There's quite a bit of amber in here too. Perfect kind of fragrance for this transitional period, going from summer to fall, but not quite to fall yet, not quite leaving summer yet. So yeah, this is Dolce Amalfi by Xerjoff. Then I have like 3 fragrances from Amouage, you guys, that are perfect for this transitional period. So the first one is Portrayal Woman by Amouage. This one, you guys, is a tobacco white floral fragrance. It opens with jasmine, but there is tobacco in the middle that adds this sort of dimension to it and makes it not a summertime fragrance. Although it's a white floral fragrance, which usually work really well for summertime, spring, summer. And this is actually good for the beginning of spring too, I would say. Not when the weather warms up too much in the spring, however. So yeah, that tobacco note, and there's LMI in the base too, which makes it super interesting if you ask me. So yeah, it is a white floral fragrance, but with an edge, you know. It is not a great fragrance for a very hot summer days, let me tell you. It could get cloying or a little intolerable in the like hot weather if you wear it because of that tobacco and LMI and stuff in this. But this is perfect for when the weather is changing, slightly cool. This performs so well in this kind of weather right now in this transitional period. It is such an interesting white floral fragrance. It has an edge, you know. If you don't like tobacco, don't buy this fragrance. The tobacco, I didn't used to be a huge fan of tobacco, but I'm starting to really love the tobacco note because it kind of gives fragrances this sort of dimension, you know, that if you didn't add tobacco that they didn't have. Just because it has tobacco doesn't also mean that it's heavy, this fragrance. Somehow this remains light enough. Like, it's still not, I would say, a fall winter fragrance, although you could wear it in fall and winter if you want to. But right now, to me, in this transitional period, this is perfect. And also when going from winter to spring, this would be amazing as well. Amouage Portrayal Woman. Then I have another Amouage, which is amazing, and you can wear this in summertime, and I do wear it in the summertime, but you have to be conscious to wear it not on a very like hot summer day. It is a daytime fragrance if you ask me. You could wear it at nighttime on summer days too if you want to, but right now is the perfect time for this fragrance. I would say right now during the day is the perfect time for this fragrance. This is Amouage Blossom Love. This one is a boozy cherry blossom fragrance, you guys. Ooh, this has this amaretto note that just, oh, like pow, like it just lifts up those floral notes in this fragrance. It's a very kind of strong cherry blossom fragrance. That amaretto isn't the same kind of boozy as what you get from like brandy, you know, when you have the brandy or cognac in fragrances. The amaretto is so much more divine in this fragrance. Amaretto, which has like almond in it, gives it like a bit of a nutty twist too. Oh, my mouth is watering. Anyway, this fragrance has gorgeous floral notes like cherry blossom, heliotrope, ylang ylang, rose. It's such a gorgeous floral fragrance, but it's a very strong floral fragrance, kind of like in a way in your face, kind of, right? Not in a bad way to me. I love it. And it's strengthened by that amaretto boozy note. Really, like, I feel like underlines those floral notes and lifts them up and kind of give them strength to like kind of come at you. This to me is a fragrance that performs so well in weather like right now, when it's not summer, not hot summer days, also not fall, like today. This today, like the weather is really cool today, but not cold, and it's still summerish. You know, that's the perfect weather for this fragrance, because it's a bit strong, and if you wear it on a hot summer day, it could jump out at people. But at the same time, because it's such a floral fragrance, you guys, it's not like the best for fall, I would say. This is also good for spring, by the way. This would be a good spring fragrance as well. But I find this to be perfect for this transitional period. This is Amouage Blossom Love. Another fragrance I've been wearing just as soon as Labor Day came, like when the weather started to cool a little bit. It's still a white floral fragrance with a gorgeous gourmand note or two in it, and I bought it in New York in a gorgeous perfumery. You know which one I'm talking about. It's a Fueguia fragrance, you guys. This is Amalia Gourmand by Fueguia. This one is, look at that juice, you guys. I can never get over that gorgeous red juice. So this one, like I said, is a white floral fragrance. This is a jasmine fragrance. There's a beautiful jasmine note in here, but this has a cane sugar note in it, which makes it gourmand. But then again, sugar is not like a thick, dense kind of gourmand note, and this actually does have dolce de leche as well. But the dolce de leche in here that has like caramelly vibes isn't very thick or dense in here. Somehow that jasmine lightens it up. Again, it's a white floral fragrance, but not quite for the summertime. It's a little bit too strong, I would say, and it projects well. It's got good sillage and everything. It's not light enough for the summertime, but also not thick or dense enough for fall time. So it's perfect for right now, and it performs beautifully in this kind of neutral weather when it's not too hot, not too cold. Love this fragrance, you guys. This is Amalia Gourmand by Fueguia. So the next one is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is La Belle, the original, not the new one. Now the new version, I just bought it, you guys. I will compare this one to that one in my next First Door Flanker video coming up. Episode number, is it 5 or 6? Coming up soon, stay tuned. So this one is perfect for the transitional period here, from going from summer to fall. However, the new one is a different story. I'll talk about that in that video. This is actually perfect for right now. This is a great fragrance for like summer nights. You can wear them on like dates during summer at nighttime. I think it's a little bit more, has more substance. It's not light and airy and ethereal kind of one. It's not for like hot summer days, you know what I'm saying? This one has that gorgeous pear note, you guys, that's very feminine in the opening with bergamot. It has a more light gourmand notes like vanilla. I don't want to say light to vanilla, but vanilla is not a very dense gourmand, you know what I mean? And also amber, which is a resin that tends to have like a slight bit of gourmand twist, but it's light enough, like in the gourmandness of it, if that makes sense to you. This also has a lot of floral notes, and it also has leather in it. So, you know, because of that leather, for example, and then that amber in the base, the density of this fragrance is just right for this transitional period going from summer to fall. Right now, these 2, 3, 4 weeks that we are going to be going through right now. And yeah, you can wear this during the day if you want to right now, because this will perform well during the day too. Yeah, this is La Belle by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Next one I have is a fragrance that is quite popular. A lot of people talk about this fragrance. I bought this because it's a cherry fragrance. It has a cherry note in it, but I wouldn't quite call it a cherry fragrance, because it's not a very strong cherry note that's in here. It's actually a sour cherry, I believe, that's in here, which is lighter than like a dark cherry, for example. Again, cherry fragrances usually, guys, like the true cherry fragrances, you can only wear them in the winter time, if you ask me. I mean, maybe fall and winter. Cherry can be a very cold weather appropriate note, but this one has ambroxan in the base, which is that synthetic version of ambergris, which lightens things up. Yeah, there's a cherry note, but it's just in the opening, and it's a sour cherry note, and it disappears in a bit, and it's not a very dense sort of thick high performance fragrance. In fact, the performance isn't great of this fragrance. This is none other than BDK Rouge Smoking. This one is perfect for this transitional period, going from end of summer to beginning of fall, when the weather it's not hot, also not cold. The cherry in the opening is lightened up even more by the bergamot in the opening, and there's pink pepper, you know, and then this has a, you know, orange blossom heliotrope kind of floral notes. It's a little bit powdery, you know, and there's vanilla and tonka bean, but not too heavily. Like the tonka bean isn't too dominant in this one. The vanilla is a little bit more prominent. The ambroxan lightens it up enough to wear it right now, not in the fall or winter. This is, to me, not a fall winter fragrance, although there's a cherry note in it. Also, this is not a summertime fragrance, so this is really good, I would say, going from winter to spring, or right now between summer and fall. Yeah, this is BDK Rouge Smoking. I have another new addition to my fragrance collection that is perfect for right now. It actually is a very warm, spicy kind of ambery fragrance, which would usually be really perfect for fall, but this has very juicy and fresh kind of fragrance notes in it. This entire line tends to have, you know, those kinds of juicy and lighter ones that lightens it up, like blackcurrant and ambroxan type of notes, you know. So it's kind of like a duck, you know. It's not a summer fragrance quite, also not a fall fragrance, not a winter fragrance, not really a spring. So it's like a transitional fragrance, you guys. Right now, going from summer to fall, when the weather is just leaving summer, perfect for this kind of weather. This is Giorgio Armani Si Entends, the new formulation, you guys. Now, the older formulation is not as much of a transitional fragrance as this one is. Now, this one, I actually featured this in my haul video where I hauled this. I talked about that in that video as well. I'll link it up here and down in the description box. This is actually a really weird fragrance. It's a very ambery fragrance, but it has like lighter, fresh, juicy notes like blackcurrant, which all sea fragrances have. That's how they open. In the opening, you get blackcurrant. And then in the base, it has ambroxan, which lightens it up too. So it's a very weird fragrance. And this is actually a kind of a smash up, kind of a mix between the Giorgio Armani Si Le Parfum and the old formulation of Si Entends. This is kind of a cross between those two, if you ask me, because the Si Le Parfum is perfect for like fall time, really. It's a little bit denser, you know, thicker. This is still very fruity fragrance, but this has warm spiciness to it, and it's very ambery. But then it's also very juicy and fruity, you know, from the blackcurrant and the fruity notes. So it's not quite a summertime fragrance, although you can wear it in the summertime. You can actually wear it summer nighttime on dates, and you can pull it off summer daytime too, but not on beating down maybe summer hot days. There's a lightness about this fragrance, even with the very prominent rose and even with the amber in the base and the patchouli even. I know they don't list ambroxan, but I know it has ambroxan. It has that fresh burst of freshness from the ambroxan, I can tell. And then that juiciness of blackcurrant definitely makes it lighter. I think it's the perfect transitional fragrance going from summer to fall before it turns into fall fully. Yeah, this is Giorgio Armani Si Entends, the new formulation. And I have a vanilla here that is actually a great all year round fragrance if you want it to be, but to me this is not quite a fall winter type vanilla. This is also not a summertime fragrance, This I feel like is perfect in between just the notes this has. This would work maybe in the like winter, later part of winter going into spring as well. But this is the time that I like to wear it the most right now, and when it changes from winter to spring. Yeah, this is none other than Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold, you guys. Gorgeous vanilla in there, but there is that interesting juniper berry in the opening that adds a little bit of a slight balsamic, piney sort of interesting twist in the opening. Again, it's not very much of a dense vanilla. It's not a thick vanilla that is good for fall or winter. This you can wear in winter, again, late winter going into spring, but to me, it's a great transitional fragrance, you guys. There's something light about this vanilla. There's something gentle about it. Gentle fluid. It's a gentle fluid, you guys. No wonder he named it that, you know. It's a beautiful vanilla. It's a little bit powdery. There's woody notes in here that's gorgeous. There's a slight bit of amber. It's a little musky. It's aromatic, you know, because there's that juniper berry note in there. Again, it's very interesting, but it's gentle enough. And it's not dense, you know, so it's perfect for this time of the year, going from summer to fall or going from end of winter to spring, you guys. It's perfect for that. This is quite a gentle, gorgeous vanilla. This is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold. Next, I have a white floral fragrance with a slight light gourmand touch. I will tell you what gives it the gourmand hint. This is Dolce & Gabbana Perfume Intense, you guys. I also have the original, the Perfume. They are both very similar. They both have that same gourmand note. I will tell you what it is now. It's marshmallow, and they will both be perfect for this transitional time, so I'm going to talk about both of them together. This one is slightly more, I guess, intense, slightly, not a whole lot. However, the performance of this fragrance isn't the best, but I don't mind it. I love the scent that I don't mind respraying it. It's also very nice to wear like at nighttime. I found it's also very kind of like enveloping kind of fragrance. Anyway, this is a white floral fragrance. This has a big dose of tuberose. There's orange blossom in it. There's neroli in the opening with the citrus, I think. But in the base, you guys, you get that marshmallow, giving it a gourmand hint with sandalwood, which is a very sensual woody note. I think that sandalwood is what makes it very kind of nice for nighttime and sometimes like bedtime, you know. I like to use this as sometimes as a bedtime fragrance as well. Yeah, this is perfect for that transitional period right now when the weather is slightly cool, not beating down hot, but at the same time not cold, you know. This one is a white floral fragrance, like I said, so it's light enough. It's not like a fall time fragrance at all. You could wear this going from winter to spring too. You know, it's a white floral fragrance, which are mostly appropriate for usually summertime. There are some white florals, depending on the composition, you can wear in the winter time. But I don't know a whole lot of white floral fragrances that are great for fall. You know what I mean? Fall time is the time for like dense sort of gourmand notes like praline, or, you know, deeper, darker notes like amber, you know, chocolate, or patchouli, you know, those type of strong notes. Anyway, this one doesn't have any strong notes. As I said, it's a very gorgeous, kind of a little bit cozy type of fragrance, but not like wintertime cozy or fall time cozy, but rather like, ooh, weather is slightly cooling down kind of, you know, cozy. So yeah, they both are perfect. They both have the marshmallow note and the white floral notes in them. Perfect for this transitional period, if you ask me. The next one is another perfect one. This is a very kind of old school beauty. This is Givenchy Hot Couture, you guys. Oh gosh, this fragrance is much sexier than I expected it to be. When I bought this, it kind of blew my mind as to how very old school sexy this is. You know, I don't care, like old school sexy is very sexy to me, you guys. There's something very ladylike about this fragrance. This is not quite like a hot summer day kind of fragrance, but you know, as you can see, it's, you know, it's light enough It's not dense enough for fall or winter, not even really spring. I would say this is perfect going from hot summer days into slightly cooler beginning of fall. It's a fruity, kind of fresh, spicy, a little bit aromatic fragrance. It's a little warm, spicy, a bit powdery. There's some nice woody notes in here. It's got a slight bit of amber. As you can see, it's slightly ambery, but not like too big of a dose of amber. I think it's because of the fruity and fresh notes in here that makes it lighter, like raspberry makes it really fruity and light, and bergamot, and there's like, I think mandarin orange or something that makes it lighter than like a typical like dark heavy ambery fragrance. And this is like a white flower fragrance. There's magnolia in this, so it's very like kind of like summertime vibes there too, but not quite, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a in-between fragrance. This has like gorgeous sandalwood, a slight bit of amber in the base, and there's musk in it. Yeah, this is perfect for this transitional period. This is Givenchy Hot Couture. Another white florally kind of slightly green fragrance with a light gourmand hint in it that's perfect for this transitional period going from summer to fall is this one right here. It's a Kilian fragrance. This is Kilian Princess. The long name is I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. So this one has marshmallow in the base, you guys. This has gorgeous white florals like jasmine and Gideon, but this has, you know, juicy fruity notes, like there's peach in it, there's apple in it too. This has that green tea note, which gives it a slight like a green hint to it. There's ginger, you know, ginger is gorgeous in fragrances. And the thing that makes this sort of slightly gourmand is the fact that there's marshmallow in the base with vanilla and benzoin. So it's like a very big vanilla chord that's in here with that marshmallow, which are both like lighter gourmand. They're not thick, heavy, dense gourmand. So yeah, therefore it's like perfect for this transitional period when you mix the white florals with those gourmand notes. Not quite a winter fall fragrance, not a summertime fragrance. It's a transitional fragrance if you ask me. Going from winter to spring, this would be great too. This is Kilian Princess. Next, I have a fragrance that is not really a summertime fragrance but has white florals in it. It's not quite a fall fragrance, not a winter fragrance, but I think it's perfect for this sort of slightly cooler end of summer, beginning of fall. This is Montale Rose's Musk. This basically has rose, jasmine, and musk, you guys. Those are the main notes. There are more notes, I'm sure, that aren't revealed. It's quite a synthetic fragrance. As you know, Montales tend to be synthetic. There's jasmine, that beautiful jasmine, which kind of gives sort of summertime ideas, but then it's too strong for summertime. This can be a little overpowering to wear in the summertime, like hot summer days, for example. You can wear this summer nights. Again, summer night fragrances are perfect transitional fragrances, you guys. I like to wear it right now when the weather is slightly cooling, but not quite fall. Same with going from winter to spring. This smells like a beautiful Arabian princess, you guys. If I were an Arabian princess, this is what I want to smell like. This is Montale Rose's Musk. So you guys, that's it. Those are my perfect transitional fragrances, whether you're going from summer to fall or going from winter to spring. They are perfect transitional fragrances, especially going from summer to fall, I would say. I love wearing them. Like I said, the fragrances I like to wear usually summer nights are perfect transitional fragrances to go from summer to fall. You want to make sure you look for fragrances that are maybe a little too strong to wear in the summer, but they have summertime type florals, like white florals, maybe yellow florals even, but they're a little bit too strong to wear in the hot summer days, dark days of summer, you know. They also don't have like fall, dark, dense fragrance notes like oud or chocolate or praline or heavy doses of amber. Stronger in performance, or it could be like they have lighter gourmand notes. Those type of things work perfect for this kind of transitional period, you guys. You don't want to quite wear on dark days of summer, but also not wear in the fall time when fragrance need to be denser and thicker and heavier. Please let me know what your transitional fragrances are that you're wearing right now in the next couple of weeks. I would love to know. Please chime down below, let me know. I love it when you guys talk to me and share your thoughts with me, what you wear. I want to know too, you know, guys. I want to know what you're wearing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, which helps me grow my channel, which in turn helps me bring you better and bigger content. Also ring that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload, so you don't miss an upload if I upload on an odd day. Usually I upload Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, you guys, but every now and then I push out a video on an odd day as a bonus. You will miss that kind of stuff if you don't subscribe or ring that notification bell. So please make sure that you do. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram because we have a lot of fun over there. Thank you for watching, you guys. I will see you in my next video.